this episode, we're going to take a look at some forgotten action figure vehicles from the 1990s. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to Nostalgia Syndrome. My name is Rob, and in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at some of the raddest rides of the 90s that come from either forgotten toy lines or popular toy lines that just had forgotten accessories included. Now, some of these forgotten toy lines came from forgotten properties. And I'm not saying everyone has forgotten them. I'm just saying the majority of people probably don't have a clear recollection of these toys or the properties that spawned them. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to our first rad ride on the list. Our first vehicle is definitely not from a forgotten toy line. It's from a massively huge toy line that started around 1991. This is from the Marvel superhero toy line that was released by Toy Biz. And when the toy line was first introduced, they included some off-the-wall vehicles for the superheroes. In this case, this is Captain America's Turbo Coupe. Now, Captain America gets around pretty well on his own. Don't think I've ever seen him in a turbo coupe, especially one that had the play features that this one had. It's freewheeling, as the box likes to state, and it had a shield battle ram on the front of it that I assume was spring-loaded and actually jetted out from the vehicle. But that's not all. If you open up the top of this turbo coupe, Captain America has an escape vehicle. The spoiler works as wings for a glider, hovercraft, ultralight kind of situation, so he can flee the coupe. See what I did there? But anyway, like I said, not a forgotten toy line at all. This was a very prominent toy line in the 90s, and I was very excited when these first hit the shelves. I mean, a Punisher action figure, a Wolverine action figure. I mean, we saw Mattel's Secret Wars figures, and those are awesome. I think they're better in some instances, but this was like a whole new generation of toys with awesome action features. And these vehicles, there were a couple of them, had interesting action features as well, like this turbo coupe. But the only thing that I'm addressing as being forgotten from this are these vehicles themselves, and some of the play sets, and also other accessories that spawned from the beginning of this toy line. They kind of got away from a little bit of those crazy accessories as the line went on, but when it started, they hit the ground running with a little bit of everything, and this turbo coupe is definitely evidence of that. But anyway, let's take a look at the original commercial from 1991.
There's new action in the universe from Marvel superheroes.
Spider-Man! Dr. Octopus!
I'll bend Dr. Octopus in half, Captain America. No time, Hawk. My shield will cut him down the side.
Meet your doom, America.
But Captain America's Turbo Coupe has a surprise for Dr. Doom.
He's all yours, Spidey.
Action figures and Captain America Turbo Coupe, each sold separately from Toy Biz.
Our second vehicle comes from the Land Down Under. It was based on an Australian cartoon that was released in 1993, but it made its way to America in syndication. This cartoon was Blinky Bill, and this toy was released by Ertl in 1995. This is Blinky Bill's log car and camper. Now, the first thing that I think is truly awesome about this toy is it comes with 6 little figures. Blinky Bill, and I'm sorry, I don't know any of the other characters' names, but that frill lizard dude looks really awesome. So, you get a car, a camper, and 6 figures. This thing is awesome. Now, I don't think there's a lot of play features to the car and the camper, but I mean, this is the perfect little place to stick 5 of those figures and have one driving them around. I can see that there would be an endless amount of fun with this if you were a little kid in 1995. Now, as far as the show, I do remember catching it here and there. Like I said, it was in syndication. I really don't have a clear recollection of what channel or what time or anything like that. I just specifically remember Blinky Bill, the little koala. Now, the only real footprint I've seen online with this log car and camper are all in-box examples, and they go for a lot of money. So there's definitely some collectors out there that really want to get their hands on them. And good luck to them. I mean, I think it's a really solid and very simple toy. Our third vehicle comes from a short-lived cartoon that was based on an independent comic. This is Jack Tenrick's Cadillac from the Cadillacs and Dinosaurs cartoon. And as far as just awesome convertible Cadillacs go, this is a solid toy. Now, when you look at the play features of it, it has lava guns on the side, launching missiles, and out of the trunk, a net. I'm assuming that net was to help capture little dinosaurs, because it definitely wasn't big enough to capture any big ones. Now, I don't have any real memory of this cartoon. I do remember seeing the comic in the comic book stores, but I never really picked one up and flipped through it. But from what I can see with this toy line, it was pretty solid. A lot of people had some really good ideas, and unfortunately, since the show didn't really go anywhere, the toy line didn't either. But like I said, this was a very solid convertible Cadillac. You could definitely incorporate this into other toy lines and your Playtime universe. Surprisingly, it goes for a pretty penny out on the open market, and I can only equate that to probably a low production run. And it's just an awesome Cadillac, like I said. This thing would fit perfectly with your G.I. Joes, and I could definitely see Roadblock or Rock and Roll heading out to the beach and driving this thing and having a blast. Our fourth rad ride is also from a short-lived cartoon, which is a crime because it was awesome, and the independent comic that it was based on was awesome as well. This is from the Bucky O'Hare toy line, and this was released by Hasbro in 1990. This is the Toad Double Bubble. This is a very imposing looking vehicle. I mean, it has 2 cockpits, one for the gunner and one for the pilot. And it's got 2 grabbing claws right on the front, coming right at you. It's got various gun placements, and with the canopies of those 2 cockpits, it just looks like a monster zipping at you from space, ready to grab you with those claws. Now, this is definitely the most expensive vehicle on the list in box. It fetches around $350, and I can definitely see why. This is a beautiful piece, and the box, the artwork is beautiful itself. I mean, it features a lot of the art stylings that were seen in the comics. And did you know the comic was actually written by Larry Hama? So it's got a G.I. Joe connection. You know me, always trying to find that G.I. Joe connection. Just had to bust that out. Anyway, let's watch this original commercial from 1990.
Captain Bucky O'Hare, he goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare.
Look out! It's the Toad Double Bubble. Listen. I love that sound. Oh no, it's after Willie. The Double Bubble's got gruesome gripper claws. Hang on, Willie. It's Bucky to the rescue in the Toad Croaker. Let's croak toads. I hate that sound.
Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare, to say Bucky! I said Bucky! Bucky O'Hare! Let's croak us some toads!
Toad Croaker, Double Bubble, and bigger sold separately.
For our fifth and final Raddest rides from the 90s. Yeah, we're going to go out with a little bit of a fizzle, because it's definitely not as awesome as a lot of the other things on this list, but it was a TV show that just didn't really run its course, and it was a remake of a Sid and Marty Krofft show. This is Land of the Lost. And the toy comes from Tiger Toys in 1992. This is the SS Frisco. And to add SS like this was some ship is a real stretch. This raft is pretty solid as far as rafts go. Now, as far as the show, I just want to point out some of the things it did were a lot better than its predecessor. I mean, the sleeve stacks in this version just looked awesome. Them alone was what made me tune into this show on Saturday mornings. And yes, I admit that I actually watched this show and I enjoyed it. Haven't really seen the original other than some clips here and there, so I don't really have a lot to base it on, but yeah, their sleeve stacks were awesome. But anyway, this SS Frisco, like I said, is a raft. It's like a Zodiac inflatable raft with a sail attached to it, some oars. I mean, not a lot going on here. But, like I said, I just wanted to add it to the list because I wanted to give a shout out to the 90s Land of the Lost. And the fact that this was made by Tiger Toys. They kind of dabbled in the toy market while they were taking over the world with their little portable arcade machines. But anyway, this actually goes for more money than I would have ever anticipated, which is very surprising. So, people out there must be trying to flesh out their Land of the Lost collection and need the SS Frisco to, yeah, finish it off. But anyway, let's wrap things up. Okay folks, that was a look at 5 of the Raddest rides from the 90s. These are based on forgotten vehicles, and either they be from forgotten toy lines or forgotten franchises. And yeah, I'm sorry it went out with a fizzle, like I said. I mean, we were looking at all these awesome things. I mean, we just looked at that, you know, that Toad Double Bubble thing, and it looks super rad, and then we end up with a raft. That was just how it worked out. Sorry about that, folks. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, fizzle aside. But if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this, or any of the other episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's new episodes. So anyway, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.